welcome back to my channel, and today we gonna get into this nice low lighted bob baby with the dark root. If you've been watching me on these last few videos, I've been showing you guys different techniques that you can do on your 613 wigs to make them look as natural as possible. I'm actually going to be showing you today how to get this cut and this color on some techniques that we've done in previous videos, guys. So let's get into it. Okay guys, I'm going to be using a 613 machine wefted lace wig. This bob cut we're going to be doing today is going to be super easy. There are so many different ways you can cut a bob, but I'm going to show you one that is super easy to follow. We're going to have layers and we're going to color this unit as well. Okay, so I've sectioned the hair in the back. I'm going to use my all-purpose comb because it has a ruler on it. This will help guide me the length that I want to start in the back. I'm going to start with about 4 inches in the back. I'm going to cut me a guide. I'm going to be using a razor comb that I purchased from Sally's. I'm not going to use anything else with this cut. I'm going to cut my guide here in the middle. If you need a little bit more, you can cut a little bit more just so you'll be able to follow the guide. I'm going to take the hair from the left and right and I'm going to twist that hair around. This is going to give me a curve effect in the back. Once you do that, you can go in and clean up what's necessary. You can take the sides from left to right to check the cut as well. This way you can make sure that you are even. Okay, so I sectioned off about 1 inch parting and I'm gonna start me a new guide. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm going to pull that hair out at 45, pulling some of the hair from the bottom because I want to use that as my guide as I start these layers. I'm going to angle my razor at a 45 and cut. I'm going to take some of that hair that I previously cut and I'm going to move it over. You can either go to the left or you can go to the right. Whatever you choose, pull some of that hair that was previously cut so you can use it as your guide. You can see here I have a guide at the top and bottom. Now all I have to do is angle that at 45 degrees. This is super easy, and I'm just going to continue on moving all the way over to the right with the same repetition. If you notice here, I pulled out another subsection, guys. I'm starting in that middle again. Everything from this point is repetitious. I'm going to work this all the way up to the occipital bone. I'm basically there, and then I'll start working on the sides. But if you notice here, it's the same action. Nothing has changed. I'm using that same guide, pulling it out at 45 degrees. Okay, so what I decided to do here is I'm pulling that hair from the front towards the back middle because I kind of want this side on my left side to swing forward and be just slightly longer. You don't have to do this, guys. You could do the same action that we did previously, but right here I just wanted to angle down a little more. Okay guys, so I'm going to do another subsection where I'm going to prepare to start framing the front part of the face, but I want to take this hair down so that I can make sure my sides will be long enough. Okay, so we're going to frame the face. What I'm going to do is pull a piece of hair from the left side and match it up with the right side. This way you can ensure that it is even. Now I'm going to continue to start to frame the front of the face and work on that bang area. Okay, before I cut the bang, I just want to comb everything in the direction which I will wear my bangs. Alright, so now I'm going to angle my bangs. You decide where you want them to start. I'm just going to angle them at a 45-degree angle. I really like cutting with a razor. It really makes it easy. I've chosen this razor because I know that it's easy for everyone to purchase this one. I got this one from Sally's. Okay, so now we're going to start our layers. You have to pull a piece out and you decide where you want that layer to actually start. And you actually just go ahead and cut a guide. So I'm just going to cut a piece of the hair that I've chosen right here. I want my layer to start about there. And this is going to be easy, guys. Like, it's no thought put into this. You're going to pull that piece of hair all the way up at 90 degrees. And everything else that was not cut, you're going to pull it all the way up to that hair piece and use it as a traveling guide to make sure everything is even. You can see here the piece that's cut. I'm just going to match up the hair that I pulled from the bottom. And I'm just going to cut it even with that piece. So this is going to create your layers, and I'm going to show you how you can check it as well. So pretty much just using that traveling guide and moving around that entire top of the crown of the head, pulling everything up to it. Super easy, guys. You can do this so many different ways, but this is a very easy beginner's haircut. I'm pulling everything up to the top where that guide is, that traveling guide. And then it's just going to be just that simple. I'm going to show you how you can check it and go in and, you know, make sure that everything is cut. Okay, so I sped up this part right here because it can be a little redundant for some people, because all I'm doing is the same action over and over. I'm checking, making sure I'm pulling everything up to 90 degrees and cutting it with that guide. Okay, so let's check it. One side is cut, one side is not. This side is cut. So let's check the cut and make sure that it is, you know, the layers are giving what they're supposed to give. Okay, so you'll take that piece and we're going to pull that hair up at 90 and slide it down at 45 degrees. And we're going to check this cut, make sure everything is layered. Now I'm going to angle it at a 45-degree angle, and you can see the cut is nice right there. Then I'm going to pull hair out right straight out and angle at 45, and I'm good to go. And I'm going to work my way down and check it and angle it, and I'm good to go. All right, so now I've cut all of it. Now I'm ready to color. Okay guys, so this hair color right here, you guys have been begging me to use other things outside of professional color, and I tried so many different kinds. This one right here, guys, I'm addicted. I got it from CVS. I did it in prior videos. You have to go watch those videos as well. Okay, so I mixed my color. I didn't use the developer that came with it because I know that's a 20 volume, so I used the 10 volume. Go back and watch my other videos. This part back here, guys, I am actually going to color the entire back area dark brown. All right, make sure you get in there and you saturate that color into those hairs really well. You may have to comb it through, whatever you have to do, get it saturated. Okay, so I'm gonna cover this piece because I don't want anything to get on it from the top area. I'm using those mesh papers I got from Lowe's. Make sure y'all check out all of my hair coloring videos. Okay, so now I'm gonna root the entire wig before I put the low lights in. Now, when you root this, guys, you have to make sure that you're using a good brush. This brush right here is an angle brush. It makes it so much easier to get in there. Don't put too much color on your brush, and you can't be real heavy-handed with it because you want it to blend. You don't want to have a line of demarcation. So what I like to do, especially with a beginner that may not be aware of like how hard they're pressing, I want to go ahead and place it at the very root. Majority of the product is going to be at the root. Then I'm going to feather it down lightly so that it has that natural blend and it is not going to have that harsh line of demarcation. This is going to make it look as real as possible, guys. Make sure you follow this. If you have to purchase like some wefts just to practice, you should do that. That way you don't get disappointed when you start on your wig. It's so important that you practice something that you never done for the first time. Just pull out some wefts, take your time and practice. But if you notice here, I am blending that very bottom part. I'm applying my product at the top and I'm bringing it down. All right, guys, so you're just gonna go through there just the way I showed you. Get that product on there. Take your time. I sped this up because I'm pretty much doing the same action throughout the whole entire head. No need to slow this down. But once you get that root on there, then we're going to do the low lights. Okay, so we did the entire root. I figured this would be easy for you guys, and I like to make sure that that root is going to be pretty dark, especially closer to the lace. So now what I'm about to do is we're going to go ahead and low light it. I'm going to part off this section. It'll probably be about like a 1 inch to 2 inch section. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do chunks. I don't want it to be too little, but you can go back and forth with it. The first one is they're going to be like medium-sized chunks, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that same color that I already have mixed up, the brown, and I'm going to put it throughout. Make sure you get it in there really good. You don't want it to be blotchy. Okay, so you actually can play around with this, guys. Like, you can do the sections when you do the weaving through. They don't have to be the same size, and a lot of times that helps build dimension. Now here you notice I only did 2. The first one I did about 3. You can do 3 to 4 and then drop it down. That way everything is going to, you know, when it lays, it's gonna look really nice, and it won't be like a exact piano. I don't want it exact, so I'm kind of like every other one. I'm going to change it up. I may do 3, then 2, or 4, then 3, or do some small ones, do some large ones. Play around with this like I told you earlier. Get some wefts and play around with it, guys. Okay, now I'm in the bang area. I'm pretty much going to do the same thing in the top. I'm doing a heavy bang. I'm going to weave it through, and like I said, here I have about 4, so my next one probably will be about 3. And I'm going to make sure I saturate this in here really good, guys. That is super important. Get it in there really good. Okay, so I've done a few of the sections, and what I'm going to do, this is the entire top and bang. I'll just go ahead and finish doing my same sequence. Once you have it all on, let it process. It usually takes about 25 to 30 minutes to finish processing after you do that last section, and then you're ready to rinse it out and shampoo and condition. Okay guys, so I'm gonna rinse it out. I think the most important part when you rinse it is don't rinse it entirely out, guys. That 613 hair is pretty yellow. So what you wanna do is pull some of that product through with the water and let it sit about 5 minutes, but watch it, because you don't want it dark. All right, so what it did here, it actually toned it, and I'm going to go ahead and tweeze it off camera, prep it and dry it, and we'll be ready for our next video. This is just part 1, guys. Stay tuned for part 2. We'll be styling and doing the application. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below.